This is a video response to Pat Contell's Europe Needs a Revolution. You know, he's talking about stuff I'm not totally aware of, but it sounds like what they're doing there. It sounds like Britain, the politicals, the politicians scum there, have basically signed treaties with a European Union or whatever, saying that the European Union law goes above British law. He said in that country now that a British citizen could be arrested in Britain for something he did in Britain that violates this European Union or whatever it is, their rules. They could come in and arrest him and take him out of Britain and throw him into a dang dark hole with a little due process, you know, under these new rules that the British government has agreed to. Not a good thing. They try and do the same thing here. I've heard, I don't know if they've actually done this or they're trying to do it, but the United States is trying to sign treaties with the UN saying that UN law is above American law, which I don't, not a good either. He talked about this idea of the Indian Revolution, not a violent revolution, mind you, but a revolution. He talked about Egypt and what's going on there, and I just want to say, the thing of it is, 10-15 years ago or more, when they banned guns in Britain, I was very, very sad. I like Britain, I like England, I like the people, and you know, I'm Irish, but I'm also mostly English. Probably about 55% English and some Irish, and then probably some Scottish in there somewhere, and then a little bit Indian, a little bit Native American. And I was heartbroken to see what was happening, because I knew that when they banned guns over there and the politicians got all the guns, they would be mentally free to do whatever they wanted to do. I knew that freedom was done in Britain. It was gone. I'm not advocating a violent revolution in Britain or anywhere else, or even in the United States. What I am saying, though, is in our government, and Pat Contell mentioned the United States Constitution, in our government, in our Constitution, the human right to keep weapons and bear them, okay, is protected, not for hunting or for shooting or for a hobby or whatever, or even for self-protection. It's there to give our Constitution and our Bill of Rights teeth. Because the freedom of speech, freedom to assemble, you know, all these other freedoms, various enumerated freedoms on the Bill of Rights are just so much toilet paper if they're not backed up with some kind of teeth, if they're not backed up with the right to keep and bear arms. I mean, ultimately our founders actually wanted us to take up arms against a government that is not, which is violating our rights. But I contend that just having weapons has a chilling effect on evil, megalomaniacal politicians. Them just knowing that the populace has guns available to them chills them, makes them realize maybe we shouldn't do this, maybe we shouldn't do that, maybe we shouldn't violate free speech, maybe we shouldn't sign these kind of awful treaties, because, you know, they could get shot at. That's just a fact. And they know this. That's why all the politicians in our country, even Republicans, are really for gun control, most of them. The Democrats certainly are. You know, that's why they're for gun control. The politicians in our country that are really egotistical, maniacal, megalomaniacal maniacs, you know, who just want to get all sorts of power, people like Hillary Clinton, are staunch gun control advocates. Not because they give a shit about you and whether you're going to get shot or robbed or whatever. They're gun control advocates because they know those guns hold them at bay, and they want to have more power. And like I say, you don't have to even use the guns. Just having them there restricts, you know, out of control government, because they know, these guys know damn well in the back of their mind that those guns are there, and they know they might be turned on them. I'm not talking about the Gifford case. That guy was just a total nutball crazy, as I understand. Though, you know, that's the kind of thing that chills politicians. That scares them, and it keeps freedom alive. It's horrible sometimes, but it does keep freedom alive. I'm not trying to justify the Gifford case. Not saying that. I'm just saying, when Britain took all their guns away, I knew their freedom was doomed. And everything that's happening now is a result of that. Because these politicians now know it's a free ride. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. It's why gun control is such an important issue for me. Not because I like guns, not because I enjoy shooting them or any of that. Not because I want to protect myself with guns from criminals. Because when a politician in this country, when the Democratic Party, as an example, actually has it in their policies, in their plank, to ban guns, that is an end run around the Bill of Rights. That is an end run around your human rights to protect yourself and to have freedoms, freedom of speech and all the rest. When a politician does that, they're saying to me, we want to totally dominate and control you. We want to have a dictatorial government. We want to have fascism. We want to control you. That's what we're going to do. And we need to get rid of these guns first before we can do all those things. And when they banned guns in Britain, it wasn't about the horrors that happened in Britain with some one gun owner. It was about, hey, here's our chance to scare the British people into giving up their guns so we can do whatever we want. And that's what's happened. And it's going to happen here if we don't protect our right to keep and bear arms. If we give our guns up here, the same thing will happen in this country. Don't kid yourself. It will. Look at the big states and the big cities that have gun control, like Massachusetts as a state, like New York City and lots of other places that have lots of gun control. They're like little dictatorships, like California. And things are just awful there because the politicians are doing anything they want to do. That's because the people have lost their ability to protect themselves. That's because politicians are no longer afraid in those states. They feel pretty much at ease to do whatever the hell they want to do. Well, that's it anyway. I'll make this a response to Pat Condell's video. You got to watch that video first, see if or whatever. It's a very sad situation we're in right now. The whole world, really, with these politicians and getting together, you know, behind closed doors, you know, having these meetings. I'm not saying it's conspiracy, because it's not a secret to have one world government. It's what they want. They want to get as much power as they can in their own hands. Is it evil? Maybe. Alright, folks, well, that's it. I've said what I'm going to say. We're having a good day. Happy shooting. Enjoy your life. If you smoke a pipe, enjoy that too. And to Pat Condell, thanks for the great video. We'll catch you later.